Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on the 2007 Halloween movie. Now, as you know, the 2007 Halloween movie is a remake and reimagining of the classic 1978 horror movie would later spawn a film series that would later start to get more and more ridiculous. So eventually it would get rebooted and redone by Rob Zombie, and pretty much this movie was distributed by the Weinstein Company that also did TMNT and also did Django Unchained. Now, there is a lot of differences from the 1978 film that I will try and cover. Now, with the 2007 version, we are introduced to Michael's childhood, where he's got an alcoholic stepfather who doesn't give a crap about anyone, and the 2007 version of Judith, who kind of treats Michael more like a punching bag and more kind of taking her misery and frustration out on him. And a mum who does try to show a lot of concerning care. Now, pretty much after the school starts to witness Michael's behaviour and even getting the 2007 version of Loomis to sort of help out, we later start to see the sides of Michael's behaviour. And after massacring his family, minus his baby sister and also his mum, is sent to the asylum. Now, pretty much throughout the course of the film, we see how Michael hides behind masks to hide himself. We later see how he's a bit more withdrawn from people, and you can actually tell one of the staff members, played by Danny Garrido, does try to be his friend. And I kind of wish this character was still alive, because you can tell he does try to be a friend for Michael, and I kind of wish with the older Michael could have spared him to show him that he still cared about him. And pretty much after his mum commits suicide, after unable to live with what Michael's done, Michael becomes more and more silent and would later break out of the asylum due to the carelessness of two drunken guards, and would later go to the community where Michael lived and would later restart his killing spree. Now, the film, I would say, isn't as bad as what I think failures try to say. Again, I think he sort of lets nostalgia cloud his judgment. I feel what they do try to do with Loomis is not make him useless. I feel with Loomis in this one does try to be there for Michael, but I think Michael pushed everyone away from him. And I kind of feel this remind me a bit of Bruce Wayne with Jason Todd, as Bruce tried to be there for Jason, but Jason pushed everyone away from him. And I do feel, at least with the film, they do try to have mainly like Laurie and her friends being what girls from the 2000s and even today's were, because most of them can be more jokeful, most of them can be a little bit like total cows. That's just real life, really. And I kind of feel, at least with what Rob Zombie tried to do, was keep it close to the original, only slightly. And I think there were moments that the film just made me feel a bit fist pump in my head in disgust. For example, if the school was really aware of Michael's behaviour and seeing what his home life was, why didn't they just call Child Protective Services? And another thing is, even in the deleted scenes, it kind of implies the school principal is aware. So why not call Child Protective Services? And I kind of feel like, at least with the film, that it does keep a little true to the original, only slightly altered. And I do feel, at least with Michael's origin, feels like something I would basically reads something from the Joker. And I think Rob Zombie might have been influenced by the Joker. And I feel at least it's not as bad as everyone said it was, because I do think Michael McDowell does a good job for Loomis. I think he does kind of show that Loomis does want to try and prevent Michael from crossing any more lines. It's meant to show that Loomis had given up on Michael as he tried to reach him, but failed. And I also feel at least Laurie in this one is a bit more kind of jokeful with her family. She's a bit more like the alpha girl a little bit. It actually works. And I know either tomorrow I will try and review the 2009 one and give my thoughts on it. So I think somewhere Halloween 2007 carved its pumpkin but left a slightly alright film. Not great, not the best, but it's alright. So I think it deserves a thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but kind of okay. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.